will be one of the most impactful lessons you have ever heard, and it deals with letting go of the fake to embrace what is real. I was a really, really small kid, and the bullying I went through was, it was next level. And the worst part is it wasn't even just at school, it was also at home. And one morning we woke up and our dog Missy had died. And everyone was really, really sad. I think I was probably about 9 or 10. And, what do people do? They run away from the grief. So that's what my parents did with us. And they took us to the movies. I believe it was Octopussy James Bond. And as I'm watching this film, I'm like, wow, if I could become like James Bond, I'll stop getting beat up every single solitary day. And shortly after that, my mom took me to the TG&Y, and there was these plastic Jonko watches up around the cashier's department that shot these little red missiles out. And I threw a fit to where my mom would get me one because I wanted to use it for my James Bond training. And I basically, at this point, didn't really leave the house. And the family member at home that was abusing me, I had some sanctuary in there, except for when they were home. And I would jump out from behind things and shoot my mom. And, it was my training. And finally, she goes to my dad and says, Russell, I'm going to have a heart attack. Your son keeps startling me to death, and you got to get that watch from him. So my father comes into my room one night, tries to get the watch from me, and I'm like, no, 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 no. He tries 2, 3 times, and then finally I was still getting beat up every day. The James Bond training wasn't really helping, and my pops comes in another night. I guess he was teaching me perseverance. And, he asked for the watch, and I gave it to him, and, I was crying. And then he gave me a Casio LCD D watch. And, he's like, you got to let go of the fake to embrace what's real. And the funny part was, I did not get that message at that time. In fact, I learned materialism in that moment because I was like, oh, new watch. I can put my pain away for a little bit. And, became a big consumerist for a while. I guess that'll be another video for another day. But I guess it was working behind the scenes more and more than I ever knew because I kind of grew up just thinking everything in the world was fake. Very few people were really happy, and it was like people's whole life goal was to go to college, get a job, get a cookie cutter home, have a barbecue on Saturday, Sunday be dreading the shit out of going back to the washing machine that they're in. And I always I didn't want to follow that path. I knew it was inherently complete BS. And by the way, it really is. In fact, this channel is about helping people not have that life. But ultimately, I had kids. My daughter graduated college, is doing really well in the world, works in a hospital. And then my son graduated high school, and he joined the Air Force. And I wanted to celebrate that morning. Didn't have a car at the time. My wife and I share one car, and she was off visiting her sister. And I was like, I'm going to walk up to Publix. It was on my cheat day, and reward myself with a carrot cake. Not the whole thing, just one piece. And the Publix that I walked to where I lived, the sun would rise out of the east, and you'd be going towards the sun. And I broke down crying as I was walking to the Publix, and I felt like my life's mission was complete. And I asked God, could I pretty please with sugar on top come home? And I truly have like a great life, but I've seen heaven. It's amazing. And I thought maybe it was my time. And he goes, no, it's not time. You said you want to serve me. There's a lot of work to be done, and you've not seen anything yet. And as he's telling me this, I'm stepping towards the sun. And I finally fully understood that my dad's lesson. And I encourage you all, get rid of the fake in your life. And how do you do that? By stepping towards the sun each and every day. And the sun I'm talking about, Jesus of Nazareth. And as you let go of the fake, which is going to be scary, you will learn to embrace what is real. And what is real exactly? Becoming the person whom God created you to be, which is an unconditionally loving, compassionate, empathetic, encouraging person who spreads love everywhere they go. And I promise you, when you let go of the fake and step to the sun and become that person, it is so much better than materialistic objects, watching sports teams on TV, getting drunk at a bar, the myriad of distractions that people find themselves in. So I encourage you today to let go of what is fake, embrace what is real. And if you'd like to learn more about going on that journey, my name is John. I put out 6 to 8 videos a day. My agenda is to help people. I have found that the more people win, the more that we all win. And even though my kids are older, I still would like to see them grow up in a world where people are talking about dreams and not nonsense, and that we're all here to make a difference. So please give us a follow.